So we did the launch of Carry On Tradition on May 19th, 2024. So Malcolm's birthday would have been Malcolm's 99th birthday. And that's the official release date for the book. Me in general, when I put stuff out, I like for it to be tied to important moments in our history. Black Boy Poems came out on October 15, 2016. That was the 50th anniversary of the Black Panther Party. Black Panther Party was formed October 15, 1966. I've released several other projects that have come out on Malcolm's birthday. So Malcolm is somebody that I speak about in the book, and that's why I wanted to have that be the official release date and, of course, the launch event. The launch event was beautiful, building on tradition. The launch event was held at the Elijah Muhammad Cultural Center, which is in East Oakland, connected to the Warith Deen community, Muslim community. All of that is part of this tradition. In the book, I focus on the Nation of Islam. That's where Malcolm comes up. So we get into the history of the Nation of Islam as an organization that embodied this tradition. They were a unified body. They understood who they were. They were not afraid to stand up for their people. They had a military wing, the Fruit of Islam. A whole bunch of important figures from our community came out of the Nation of Islam. Malcolm, just one of them. Another figure who was extremely important, the son of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Warith Deen Muhammad, who after his father passed away, took over the leadership of the Nation of Islam and then moved it into a different practice of Islam, a more orthodox practice of Islam. So the Elijah Muhammad Cultural Center is a byproduct of all of that history. That's where we held the event. So the beautiful brothers and sisters of the Warith Deen community, when I approached them and I said, hey, I need a space, I want to host a launch for my book, and I wanted it to have historical significance. The actual location, so not just the importance of the book, the location that we were at. And they are one of the proud exemplars of our tradition. So to be able to hold it there was an honor, and the community came out, friends, family came out, people who are familiar with my work came out, bought books, we talked, we broke down the importance of the book, got into some of the important historical figures and moments that are featured in the book, and just had a great time being connected to our history, our culture, and of course, our tradition. Peace community, what's going on? It's your boy Tyson Amir, and I'm excited to be in front of y'all again because I get to introduce y'all to my newest work, which is entitled Carry On Tradition, A History of Righteous Rebellion. It's a history like you've never seen before when it comes to the Black diasporic experience. The response to the book is very interesting for me as an artist, because I create stuff, I have this idea in my head, and I'm like, oh, I think that's a great idea. And then, you want to be able to share it with people. So when it becomes this form, and then it goes from my hand to somebody else's hand, it's like, okay, all right, I'm curious to know what you think about it. The response has been beautiful. Like, people first, I think, are blown away by the images in the book, because they don't know, like, what I'm saying, that you look at the cover and they talk about don't judge a book by its cover, but it's like, all right, what is this? What's Carry On Tradition? It sounds dope. It looks similar to my last book, Black Boy Poems, where Black Boy Poems was the black cover with white text, white cover, black text here. So it looks familiar if you know my work. But then when you open it up, it's like, oh wait, this is a little bit different. Then when you start getting into the pictures and then the history that breaks it down, it's like, oh, this is something different. To me, still, when I flip through the book, I have a response. I'm like, dang, look at these images. I love history. I love the history that I come from. I've never seen anything like this. And it wasn't even a goal of mine to be like, I'm trying to create something that is completely unique. I just had this vision in my head, and I couldn't rest until the vision manifested in what I saw in my head. But I'm hearing from parents, I'm hearing from elders, I'm hearing from young people. I'm reading about people that I didn't know about. I hear that a lot. One of my homegirls who I do some work with, she has twins. I think her boys are 7 or maybe they're 8. And one of them, his favorite section in the book is about the brother Gaspar Yanga. So Gaspar, his whole story takes place in modern day Mexico, but this is in the 1500s. So she mentioned that to me. I'm like, dang, for real, that's what he likes the most? Why? And she was like, I don't know, I mean, he told me something. So we were on a video call. He came by, she was like, why is it that you like that part of the book? And he was like, I just like his story, I like his struggle. Bro, he's 7 or 8 getting that information. I didn't learn about Gaspar till I was in my 30s, you know what I'm saying? And so for that to be a story that adults are sharing with young people, they're already hearing from the young people, I like that. You know what I'm saying? He wants to learn more about that brother and that history because of what he saw in this book. So I'm hearing that a lot. And one of my elders who has been a teacher to me for years, I gave him a copy of the book. And the next time I saw him, he was like, man, that book is fantastic. I was like, oh, for real? You really think so? You know what I'm saying? Because he's a teacher. He's somebody who knows his history and all of that stuff. So his opinion was very, very important to me. So he was like, yeah, man, this book is great. It's like, okay, cool. So we had a quick conversation about that. I saw him again a week later. He's like, you know what name is in my head right now? It was Carlota La Negra. That's the sister who's from Cuba. It's like, yeah, I can't get her name and her story out of my head. He wasn't familiar with her history. And this is a brother who studied multiple languages, studied histories, traveled throughout the world. And same thing for me. I didn't know about her story until it was brought to my attention. So I felt I want to take a lot of these stories and just put them together in one volume and make it easy for the community to have access to that. People love seeing the way that this history is being depicted. It's powerful. For me, looking at it, I've never seen anything like it. And I think a number of other people are having that same experience as they spend time in the book, looking at the images, reading the history. And I hope that it continues to be that, like a really easy way for people to learn this history and to learn about this powerful tradition.